GM, to the community, to the hosts, to the speakers. This is the beginning and the start of another ENS week, ENS summer. We had a very eventful weekend in the space. At least for myself, I'm very happy with some acquisitions I did. And I'm going to tell you guys why I did these acquisitions, right? And I'm just looking at things from a different perspective of where we are, where we're going, and I don't know, my vision is changing a bit after doing these spaces for so long and really taking a dive into what this thing is and the potential what this thing can become. I decided to go out and get me a couple more 4 digits, more so rares. And let me say why I did this. And it was debate if I should go out and get another 3-digit Arabic number or go out and get a 4-digit. And I ended up getting 2 rare 4 digits. And the reason for that was, one, um, we're so early as far as, Master posted something. There's 83 million ETH addresses, and barely we're not even out, barely 1% of those even have, ENS addresses attached to them, right? So that shows me how early we actually are. Number two, over the weekend, there was a couple of major $1 million plus bids on rare Bored Apes and rare CryptoPunks. So we're treating this like a 10K collection. I noticed that, the rare ones always go for an extreme premium compared to floor apes or floor punks. It's different by tenfold it could potentially be. So I had to go out there, and get me some rare digits. And the ones I ended up getting were 0290. And that one, there's only 81 in the entire 10K collection that starts with a 0 and end with a 0. So I thought that was a great grab. And then I had to get the 0031. And there's only 99 in the collection that starts with 20. So I think I did 2 good purchases. We'll see where it goes. Who knows? This whole thing could tank tomorrow. So this is not financial advice, by the way. And I'm currently eyeing Arabic 3-digit number. We'll see how that goes in the next coming days and weeks. But with that being said, I want to pass it over to Ron. The stage is yours. Happy to have you here, bro.
Hey, same, man. Happy to be here. GM Kevin, GM speakers, GM everyone listening in. Yeah, Kevin, I'm 100% down. It's funny. Over the last couple of days, we've been doing some things within the ENS space, some new projects we're looking at, and also deploying, my partners and I trying to deploy another significant amount of money into crypto and into ENS. And it's funny that as I was thinking, well, as we put this first round of money coming in, before we get real organized, what am I going to buy? And it came to mind that I was going to buy more 4 digits. I mean, maybe 10 or 20 of them, but yeah, and same thing. I bought one the other day. It was a 0. It was a sub 500. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I think that's good because yeah, it is kind of looked at as a 10K club, right? And obviously there's the 999 club, and I hear a lot about those. Seems like in all these articles I'm reading and stuff, I'm hearing about the 10K club, the 999 club. A lot of people bring that up, and like you say, there was some big punks too. I mean, 3 of the 8 punks got over $2 million US bid. So yeah, what this is we're in a crappy macro environment. Obviously this week, waiting for those numbers to come out, and Flossin will kind of paint that picture for us. Crypto's not doing that great, and we're probably got 6 months to a couple years of this. Yet within that, there's some little niches, right? And within that, hey, it still means you just dig in your heels and grind every day, right? But set your expectations realistic, set your time frames realistic. Don't be blowing a lot of money right now, is what I'm doing. I'm trying to you know, in any new ways you can make money. Maybe if you have some assets, you know, that you could sell, or some crap around your house you could sell and put into crypto and ENS. That's something to do, and cut your costs down. I mean, I'm cutting my living expenses way down. Part of that's because my wife's got me on a excessive vegan diet, so I don't really can't really go eating anywhere good anyway. But anyway, look, we're in for tough times, but we have a unique opportunity with ENS, that we have this adoption. We're going to see potentially even parabolic growth with ENS, even with the rest of the market sucking. So definitely love what you're doing there. 100% behind it, Kev. Love Masters article. I retweeted it. That got me pumped, man. Master, you know, it's like we're nothing. We're not even scratch the surface. We're early, and sometimes early stuff, man. What you don't want to do is be so early that you lose vision and you drop out. That's going to be the only sad thing. Hope everyone in this room grinds it out and at least puts a few solid ENSs away for 5 years and comes back and sees what's happening. So yeah, looking forward to the discussion today.
Yeah, definitely, man. And one thing to look at, one thing that was important for me when getting these numbers, because I'm offloading some of my less rares just to get some liquidity back. But for me, it was the 10K club, has the most liquidity. It's number one on ENS Vision at all times. People are constantly going in and out of positions. And I think that was very important for me, especially in a market like this, was being able to get in and out of positions if liquidity is needed at any given point. So that was the final, cherry on top for me, is when you look at these collections, pay attention to liquidity at this stage of the game. There's a lot of grails out there, yes, but not much liquidity. So it depends on what your strategy is, what your game is, what you're trying to accomplish. But for me, liquidity at this stage of my life is very important. Master, the stage is yours, brother.
Hey, good morning, guys. I hope you guys are all ready for the crazy week. At least I do, because I see, I've been with Kev on the space for the past 2-3 months, and I just finally found him, start shooting the domains and being very high profile, posting that. Yeah, congratulations, man. You all those procure. I checked one by one. It was great. As long as you have that diamond hand, as I explained, don't go past by that night bar, right? So I think we are gonna make it. These 4 digits are just great. And yeah, I think we have a tool, ENS.vision. I think it was super cool. It has a lot of filters. I never see such great filters in like OpenSea or any other second market. So it has also a category which it was ranked like different clubs, 999 club, 10K Arabic 999, and 0x 99, 0x 999. So yeah, I think this is exactly what we are looking for, right? So yeah, moving forward, I believe there will be more and more, such a strong filter, strong, user expectation, UX oriented, exchanges to help these buying, because not because they are kind for us, but because ENS is great. The market is huge. It is still, which is still a blue ocean, and that's why new project will have their incentive to get it into the market and get a part of such kind of the transaction. So yeah, it's just because the cake is big. That's why we got more to share to split. And as we can see right now, the percentage of among all the Ethereum addresses, only 0.57% has carried at least one .eth address. I mean, we are, as long as we have a ETH address, then we are great. We must be loving the Ethereum. Then I think it's just a matter of the time for the rest of 95% of, oh no, the 99.5% of the ETH account holders to get on board with this. So yeah, I mean, the market is huge, and we are just seeing a very small piece of the whole iceberg. And we have been here very early, and we are all very lucky. And we have the great host, Kev, being here and be diligently hosting this thing and keep saying the everything. Why? Another digit or another date is something we can see whether ENS market is good or not. Is just how many people participate in CAF's space. I mean, once I see the fewest participant once was 30 or 35 something. The most is 26 to 260 or even close to 300. Right now it is almost between 100 to 200. So this is also a part of the market. I mean, we are still early. Imagine, I just take a look on the other spaces like NFT market. They easily get to like 2,000 plus of the participants, talking about selling those JPEGs. I mean, sooner or later, we will be those spaces. We will get a position on those big holding because once people all having these domains and they have the vision, they found out that DNS name is more than just a JPEG. It carries a function. That function is crazy. While the traditional domain investor in Web 2, they all realize about this. This is a huge market. How many domains, how many .com domains we have in the traditional world. I mean, it's something 100 million something, but totally we only have like millions of the total websites. The utility is something 10%, but right now we are only 0.57. And imagine, not only the .eth address will grow, the ETH, the Ethereum accounts will also grow. That's a win-win. So yeah, just keep these in the market, in the mind, and everything is just a matter of time. And yeah, I wish you all you guys good luck, and let's go ahead to the rest of the hand raiser. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely. Let's keep it moving. Belize has had his hand up since the show started, so the stage is yours, brother.
Well, first off, I would like to congratulate you on your 4-digit acquisitions. Good moves. Um, wow. Boy, am I gonna say something that is not gonna be popular. Um, your title today with with 99 Arabic and 100K reaching 100 ETH. It's far-fetched, mate. I'm sorry, but until we reach 3-digit 100 ETH, that is, just it's uncalled for, mate. I'm sorry, but that the headline makes no goddamn sense to me. We haven't even reached 100 ETH on the 3 digits. Why are we trying to forecast? We have no idea. I understand the punks argument. I understand the bored apes, that some of them went for 2 million. But you can't think that or you cannot rely on those two assets determining if it's going to contribute over to ENS. It's impossible. Look at all the popular.com domain names out there. All right. Look at words. Look at letters. Look at industries. Look at company names. Look at countries. Look at capitals. How in the hell?
Okay, brother. I get the point.
I'm
But
just, but mate, I'm not trying
no,
just listen. I'm not cursing. I'm just
no,
saying,
I know. But Belize, I think you have it confused, brother. I asked a question with a question mark. Is it possible? Will it happen? I didn't say it was happening. I didn't say we're gonna do it. I just asked the question, bro. That's
Okay, but the question is, in my opinion, irrelevant in this case. We haven't reached 100 ETH yet on even 3 digits. Why ask it now until we've reached 100K on 100
man.
ETH on the 3 digits?
000 sold for 300 ETH. 000 in Arabic sold for 100
But
ETH.
that's two, mate. But
Yeah,
that's two out of 1,000. You can't. How is that even gonna happen yet?
but
That
look,
hasn't happened yet, mate.
This
well,
guy sounds so negative, man.
no, but no. He makes good points, right? So there's two aspects to this. One is for me, in my opinion, is when I take 10K club, I'm definitely including the 999 club in that. They kind of correlate together, but it for me, it's a matter of timing. I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when. Right? Maybe not this cycle, maybe not in the next 6 weeks or so. But when we talk about only 0.05% of people with Ethereum addresses even owning ENS, man, I would
Yeah, but mate,
reach
my point.
1,000 ETH, bro.
But mate, listen. We haven't even crossed 2 million domains yet. All right, look at what happened, like, with 022, 066, 044, 088. They all got picked up for 25 ETH. How are you telling me that, like, we haven't reached it yet? All right, 083 got sold for 83 ETH,
I'm
and you're
just going to
telling me that the
interject here real
palindrome.
quick, please. And I don't like to interrupt people, but I'd like to say one thing.
Sure, go for it.
There's no harm in imagination. Can we wish? Can we dream? Yes.
I had a feeling you would say that.
Exactly.
I had a feeling you would say that.
You got to dream about it, baby. Otherwise, you ain't going to make it happen.
Yeah, but there's also a difference
All
between
right, we
dreaming
could be
and realistic.
realistic with it, but let's not. It's Monday. Let's
Fundamentals,
have fun.
mate. Fundamentals. I'm going to remind everybody, fundamentals, and market determines what a dream accomplishes or not. I'm
I
sorry.
live today. I don't worry about tomorrow.
brother.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Look,
okay, then Fleet, then explain to me, mate. Explain to me. Explain to me how this liquidity.
You just hit with the wow effect.
all right, listen, y'all. This is good. This is what I want this show to be, right? I want it to be open discussion, everybody sharing their opinions. I think it's hitting 100. I might be Moon Boy. Who knows? Don't listen to me, by the way. Please do not. I'm going to say it again. Do not follow me. Do not listen to me. The market could dump 50% tomorrow and I'm fucked. But I'm okay with that because the liquidity I have, I'm already picturing it gone, right? So I'm okay with that. I calculated the market dropping 50% tomorrow in my purchasing decisions. But Belize, I do appreciate, sharing your thoughts on the stage. It's good. It's good. It's okay. But I do want to go over to some other speakers and we'll hear some other opinions and some other thoughts and we'll go from there. We'll go to Flossin next and then Bashar.
Fair enough.
I was gonna have a question for Belize, but since he's so damn heated, I don't know if you want to actually go.
I ain't heated. I'm good. I'm not cursing. I'm good.
Oh, okay, Belize. I want to hear your opinions. You're over talking about digits. Well, I want to hear you flame my emoji digits.
Listen. All right, like, there's
check
all
the registration bot, by the way.
I agree. I hear you. Look, there's a lot of things going on. All right, listen. The 10K club is we can't argue the fact. The fact of the matter is that the 10K club, including the 99s, are very liquid. Okay, I know that. That's a fact. All right, that's been given. The emojis thing. All right, like, I get it. There's there's all these different derivatives. All right, we got the Arabics, we got the Chinese, we got the Hindi. All right, like, I'm seeing all these things. The passport thing. I get it. Like, we're trying to, like, implement, like, transparency and inclusion in the space, but at what point do we look at ourselves and be like, hey, you know what, like, the fundamentals are going to overtake the derivatives in my point. I've seen it before numerous times. Anytime there's a successful project, all right, what happened with Bored Apes, all right, there was a ton of derivatives that came out trying to copycat them. Look what's happened with the 10K and the nightclub. Again, tons of copycatting and not as much success. I understand that. I understand that people are very hyped up, and I get that. I won't deny the fundamentals. ENS is the future. I'm not disputing that. But the question being posed, 100 ETH at 10K and 100 ETH reaching for 99 Arabics, it's irrelevant in this case. Until that floor, the 3 digits, reaches 100 ETH, then maybe I will entertain the idea. Until then, it's completely irrelevant. We're in a recession. There is no way this is happening yet. It's impossible. I'm sorry, but this is impossible. The emojis things, I don't agree with either. It's a derivative.
Nothing is impossible until
You
you
know,
can prove it wrong.
Bitcoin was
Until
Yes,
you
impossible.
can prove it wrong.
you can have your opinion. You can have your opinion, Mama, but I'm telling you that it ain't
Sweetheart,
working.
so can
It ain't
you.
working. Sorry, it ain't working.
Hold on, y'all. Please,
That's
please.
fine. And
Wait.
I'm not mad either. I'm
I'm
I
not mad
just
either.
love
I'm
a
just saying my
healthy
opinion.
debate.
Please let Mama get her thoughts off.
I just want to say I think it was a healthy debate. And there is nothing wrong with anybody having their opinion. And yet, I feel you got a little heated, but hey, that's life. Some people get their panties in a wad and some just don't care.
Okay, but you coming at me with those comments, you're
Like
flaming
what?
yourself.
I
You
have
putting
a sore throat. I'm sorry.
no,
If
that's not.
that
I'm
makes
not.
it sound bad.
Wait.
It does sound bad a little bit.
Belize, did you just call her mama?
That's her username. Come on,
Yeah,
mate.
that's my username, Mama Matt. You can either call me Stephanie. It's right underneath my
Well,
thing.
Stephanie, all right. Let me call you by Stephanie, all right. I'm not saying
Sure.
I'm not saying. I agree with you, all right. I agree. There's nothing wrong with dreaming, all right. But there
Right.
comes a point. There comes a point where the fundamentals,
But
all right, and the
is it
realistic
dreaming?
expectations overtake.
Dreaming or is it
I
conviction?
think it's just realism is what you're trying to get across. Is that people have to think more realistically, and I
Yeah,
understand that.
Hey, can I
that's my
jump? Can
point.
I jump? Can I jump in really
Sure.
quick? And I know
Absolutely join the
couple of
scribe.
people have their hands raised. I'm sorry, Bashar and NFT. Let me just jump in really quick. Um, we've been in the spaces for a little over 3 months, or right at 3 months now. So a lot of the same speakers and a lot of the same community members and co-hosts, especially Kev, Ron, and Matt. So we've been in this thing for a while. It I'm not far off by saying that at one point we were discussing in this space whether or not three digits would reach a 1 ETH floor, a 5 ETH floor, a 10 ETH floor, or a 15 ETH floor, 20 ETH floor. We were discussing those things. So the question that Kev proposed to the community is, could it hit the 100 ETH floor?
Yeah, but not
But
now, mate.
but
Not
no, I'm not.
now.
No, but we didn't say now. We didn't even say now, Belize, when we were discussing it in the very beginning 3 months ago. We had visions. We were speculating on whether or not it would even get to 5 ETH or
Yeah, but
10
it's
ETH.
accomplished that, mate. But it's not going to hit now. Look at what's happening in the recession. All right. Do you honestly think people have liquidity to put 100 damn ETH on 3 digits? It's not happening. It
But
won't. People got to pay for things. All right. The liquidity is already drained. It's already happening.
I totally get what you're
Dude, take
saying.
so just
I
breathe.
don't know,
It's
bro.
okay.
Somebody just bought 000 for 300 ETH and 000 in Arabic.
Mate,
They could look.
that was one sale out
That
of
was two. That
1,000 digits. I get
was
it.
two
I
sales.
get it. I
But look,
get it. But stop. It's not.
that's the thing about being the host. You can mute anybody you want at any time you want, right? But at least you make great points, bro. But it's a simple question of, can it happen? Will it happen? You keep saying it won't happen right now. Nobody here has said if it's going to happen today, tomorrow, or next week or next month. Nobody has made that statement, right? My mind frame and my time for all my decisions is the next bull run, and I think the next bull run is going to be late 2024, early 2025. That's all my. I'm just trying to hold on for dear life for the next 3 years. And if I could do that, I know I'm gonna be a very happy man in 3 years. But we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna go over to Bashara. The stage is yours, bro.
How's it going, y'all? Such a great morning, man. I love the arguments. I love hearing everybody's side. I love getting different opinions about everything. But keep that in mind. 10 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, whenever Ethereum launched, did they ever expect it to reach those levels? Hell no. Bitcoin, when they first 10 12 years ago, when they launched it, did they expect it to reach number one and suck the liquidity out of crazy other markets? No. And it reached it, right? So we don't know. Right now the bet is on English because I'm an engineer. I do deal with numbers every single day, and that's what I
So
do.
do
I've
I.
been doing forever, right? But the numbers make sense to the mind, right?
But
They make
why
sense
post the
that we're betting
question
on
now?
English.
But why post the question now when we haven't even reached 100 ETH on the 3 digit set? Why post it now?
That's let them dream, man. Let people dream. It's fine. What I'm trying to say
And
is,
what, people lose money and buy the speculation hype and lose money? That's going to be bad for them.
that's not a financial. No, it's definitely not a financial advice. But what I'm saying is, like, from numbers, I analyze numbers every day. From numbers perspective, looking at the English letters, English digits, right? The English language is universal. more
We
than the
know that.
Arabic. If you want to, okay. So the bet is on English, right? We know that. But what if the whole script, flipped all over on, and the Arabic digits became the number one? Why? Because you never know. Like some crazy dudes in the Middle East with crazy, unpredictable liquidity came and just start buying, right? And they never sell. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we never know.
But
We
it's
never
easy
know.
for you to say because you're in the Arabic community and you
No,
know,
no, no, no,
and
no,
you're
no.
you're saying that.
I'm saying even like the Mandarin, the Chinese digits,
That
the
does
Hindi
not
digits.
matter. That's talking
No, no,
about
no. I'm saying
racism. We're
no.
talking
The
about art
question was,
in general.
yeah,
Mama,
yeah. No, the question was
Stephanie, please
English or
let me let
Arabic.
the char speak.
No, I'm trying to say like I'm not biased. Of course, I'm biased towards Arabic because I speak the language. But what I'm trying to say is the question was English versus Arabic. Like you never know. That's why I mentioned Arabic. If you go to the Hindi, to the any other language, right? You never know. Hey, the three letters might have a run. Might have like not might have a run. Might overcome everything, even though it's 17,000 combinations. But you never know. Nobody knows, man. Like that's the craziness in this market. Like in this space, you never freaking know. Like there are proving concepts. I go with the concepts,
I agree
with the
with you.
projects. I go with the numbers. I do the analysis. But by the end of the day, I've done my due diligence. But by the end of the day, the market will do what it want to
But
do.
okay, I hear you, all right? And I agree with you that there are certain things that will take care of themselves in the market. Again, nobody knows, all right? Of course, nobody knew that ETH and BTC would at these points, all right? I get that, all right? I really do understand what you're saying, all right? And I'm a numbers guy as well. I'm a data scientist, all right? I analyze information in numbers and create algorithms to understand these metrics, okay? But what I will not agree with is the fact that we are posing this question now when we haven't reached 10 million domains. We haven't reached the 100 ETH. That's my argument. Why are we speculating so much when we haven't even reached those levels yet? It's not a proper question to ask right now. Ask that in 3 years and we'll see. We'll see. Again, I agree
Real
with
quick,
you. Go ahead.
real quick. Why are we traveling to space when we haven't discovered the whole ocean yet?
Well, see, that's my point. That is the question. Why are we doing that right now? There's no point.
Well, just to remind you, like Newton, best quote was, "Imagination is the key. Imagination is the key to everything." I'm just saying that without imagination, there's nothing else.
I hear you.
Most of the scientists in this world that created the like crazy evolutions in technology, they all had crazy, like literally everybody, like through history, they told them, "Oh, you're crazy, you're crazy." Everybody called them crazy, but hey, they changed. They invented
I'm going to argue
electricity,
this
invented
point. I'm
everything.
going to
But
argue
yeah,
this point with I agree with you that
but
imagination is
yeah,
key,
yeah.
but we already have the technology. The ENS domain is already out there. The name wrapper is coming out in August. You saying imagine the 10K reaching 100 ETH and 99 Arabic reaching 100 ETH. All right, you're again imagination for the technology. I agree with. All right, tech is always going to improve, but you're relying on the buyers again, to put liquidity into that. I'm telling you right now, all the liquidity is really going into the NFTs still. All right. I understand that, that yes, domains have utility. I get that. I understand that. I totally agree with that. But what I'm not going to, again, I'm going to stand by my point. Posing the question of 100 ETH levels reaching 10K and Arabic 99 while we are in a recession, while the housing market hasn't even imploded yet, all right, is really improper speculation at this time, and it is not appropriate.
He could do whatever he wants. It's his space, brother. Today's a great day to buy some ice cream, man.
Did I say that I was that he's not allowed to speak? Did I say that? Why you continue to do this? All right, I'm not doing anything. I'm allowing him to speak. I'm allowing
But hold
people
on.
to give their
Really?
opinion.
But hold on,
You're
hold on,
really
hold on,
not?
y'all.
Come on.
Jeez, I don't like doing that, right? But sometimes I have to. I don't like doing it, but I got to do it when it gets rowdy, gets too out of control. So this is what we're gonna do. Belize, you're making great points, and I don't want you to feel like we're attacking you, because we're not. I think what the questions and what you're bringing to the stage is very necessary. We have Moon Boys, and then we have, oh my bad, and then we have realists like yourself. So let's go to some other people with their hand up, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead. The NFT advisor. The stage is yours, bro.
Hello. Hey, Jim. Think I'm unmuted now?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, just wanted to real quickly say, I think most of us have missed out on the boat of, the CryptoPunks and the Bored Apes last year, for example. That did happen. And so what I'm trying to say is ENS is a separate collection, in my opinion, from NFTs. It's a whole separate collection. It's not. I wouldn't put it in the realm of NFTs. It has its own market for it, like ENS Vision. It has, it's a separate. I wouldn't put it into collection of NFTs. It has utility. It has value, right? What I'm trying to say is that this is going back on the first point that Kev was making, that the 999 Club and the 10K Club are the first movers, essentially, in this collection of NFTs or in this collection of ENS, right? That is similar to how the Bored Apes and the CryptoPunks were in the beginning as well. So those were the first mover advantage. They made the most noise, right, when they first started. So what I'm trying to say is that the 999 and the 10K Club is similar in that regard, but it's a separate. It's its own entity, right? So all I'm trying to say is, yeah, the liquidity is going to be there for the digits, in my opinion, and I just like to relate that to one another. The Bored Apes and the CryptoPunks. I would like to relate that to there is some sort of relation between the Bored Apes and the CryptoPunks to the 999 Club and the 10K Club. That's all I'm trying to say.
I hear you. I agree. Look, I agree with that. All right, they're the first, again, pioneers. All right, they have a first mover advantage. All right, I'm not disputing that. All right, the 99 and the 10K Club have the first mover advantage. All right, that's not what I'm questioning. All right, again, my original point was, again, the question that was being posed, originally in the headline. I disagree with the speculation.
And you have every right.
Really, I wasn't talking about the speculation, I'm just saying in general,
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Hey, Belize, I'm gonna just jump in real quick. I'm actually in a meeting, but I actually agree with many of your points. You know my views. We've been in the DMs. I made a bold prediction last week. Said ENS summer's over. I'm sticking with it. Volume the last 24 hours for ENS is at 131 ETH. We've been nosediving since last Monday. That doesn't mean I think ENS is over, right? But I will say the only thing I'll push back on the derivative comments. My viewpoints is no matter what keyboard you use, whether it's simplified. Oh shit! Let me turn this down. Simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Hebrew, we all have emoji digits. So on those keyboards. So that's the only pushback I'll give.
I agree. Fair enough. I mean, but look, they're not again, the Arabic community that I've spoken to, a couple Arabics, they don't use their digits, only in ceremonies. All right, only in Quran. That's when they use it. All right, so the use cases, again, could there be a website built off of data? Who knows, right? Again, this is all speculation, but again, it's unnecessarily a speculative question that doesn't need to be addressed now. We need to focus back on the fact that we are in a recession. We can't just keep throwing, money at all these derivatives, because people will get burned. And I'm seeing it already. I've seen a couple people get burned, literally lose thousands of dollars on these derivatives. Why? Because again, the fundamentals are not adding up right now. There's too much speculation. There's too much hype around this thing. All right. I was speaking to 008 the other day, who again is brilliant, in his economics. And I've also spoken to a couple individuals like Snail. Again, he alluded to the fact that there is going to be an 85% blow off the top right now in digits. We don't know when, but it's going to happen. I don't know when. Nobody knows when in this space right now. But all I'm saying is that the blow off the top is going to come, and it's going to come hard. All right. So again, when I say, like, these speculative questions are very unnecessary at this given moment with the economy already, like, not even towards the bottom of the recession, it is irrelevant. That's
Hey,
my
dude, and we get it, and we appreciate your passion, but now we're going on 39 minutes of making the same point.
I hear you. Let's
Totally
move
get
on.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I'm saying. So
Yeah, let's move on.
Hey, NFTverse, why don't we go back to you to kind of have your initial I know you interjected a little, but tell us what's going on.
Yeah. First of all, GM, man, kid, 39 minutes in before I even said GM. Wow. So GM to the community, GM to the speakers, the hosts. Time that these conversations will take place. It's part of, like I said before, it's part of the natural cycle that happens. Number one in crypto, number two in NFTs, number three in technology in general. Okay, these conversations are going to happen. You're going to have you got to be able to look at both sides. You got to be able to be devil's advocate sometimes, and you got to be able to understand what's going on. ENS took off, right? And ENS is not, for me, it's not just taking off because of, the digits and all of that stuff, the derivatives. I go back to what I said in the beginning. Utility is king, right? Utility is what makes things attractive. You have to understand that there's builders building. At the end of the day, there are builders building. And however you want to factor that into the economic growth of the ENS framework, then factor it in however you can. I think it's hard to put a number on it, to be honest, when you have people constantly developing behind the scenes. You don't know what's going to come out of this whole ENS thing. You don't know how fast it's going to really take off, because utility is what will drive it. And as new people start to come into this market and there's more education being put out there to those folks, it will drive it even faster than you ever imagined. This is
Not disputing that.
this is technology, right? We have builders in this room right now who are constantly building smart contracts, building a red letter like Masters building, ENS vision continuing to develop. We never seen things like this from a .com era, and Ron can probably attest to that. It's not been seen before. So a lot of the predictions, yeah, we're out here saying, hey man, we want things to hit big. Yeah, we understand all of that. But I go back to the fundamentals. And the fundamentals to me is the utility that's being built and the people that are out there building. So I look forward to continue this discussion today, and maybe touch on some different topics so we don't run this one in the ground, right? But at the end of the day, I think that we have an awesome opportunity. It's super early. Like Master was saying, it's 83 million Ethereum addresses, only 479,000, ENSs. Man, we don't have enough people in here right now to create the inventory for the 83 million, if that makes sense, right? So we got a long way to go. We got a lot more people that needs to come into this space, and I look forward to it. And those who are early and those who are here for the long term, those will be the ones that'll hold on to the grails, because this ain't just a 1 year run right now. We're talking about 5 year run to be able to hold on to what you would deem a grail as the 83 million continue to enter into the market. That's
So then what is the grail? What's a grail? Just out of curiosity, what would you determine a grail?
I say anything that has a rarity to it, a scarcity to it. That's the grail. Clean words, simple words that people recognize, simple numbers that people recognize, simple patterns that people are used to seeing. Those to me high level. That's just a high level beliefs of what a
Agreed.
grail is.
Agreed. No, I agree with you. All right, those are grails. I agree. All right. The point that I guess the point that I'm again, alluding to is that there is, until somebody builds something, again, not the same platform. I'm just saying, of a similar scale and of a similar use case where they are using their digits.eth to build, I don't know, a marketplace or a very illustrative or blockchain or something like that, until that use case is used. Because again, where does the value get determined? I agree with you, utility is key, and I see that there are a ton of use cases on the ENS domains. All right, again, I'm not going to dispute that. Look, I needed to have this because again, I in the beginning, yes, I'm all in favor of the ENS. I'm agreeing with. I'm not saying I'm not an ENS fan. We are killing Web3 domain names. We are killing unstoppable domain names. All right, we are the #1 player in domains. All right, that is undisputable facts. All right, we are kicking everybody's ass when it comes to domain names. But again, when you say utility, all right, I expect, again, as investors and all these other guys throwing money at punks who again have big name investors like A16Z, Yuga Labs, getting money from all these seed investors, all right. Again, until somebody builds something off of their 3 digits or off of their name or something like that, I don't see the question being posed of 99 and the 10K reaching 100 ETH for the Arabic. I don't see it.
Okay, we get that, please. We got 4 people that haven't spoken, 4 people requested. We got to run through some people so we can get.
Sounds good.
We got to have some people. So I appreciate
Thank you
your comments
for
and
your opinion.
Yeah, and then
most
let's
appreciated.
I'm going to go to Web3 intern and then back over to Mom, and then I need some people to drop down so we can bring some more people up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? The hectic morning. I feel like we spent 40 minutes on this, but it's nice to see everybody. What I wanted to say is that, yeah, I agree that there is definitely some terms of speculation in the market. That's for sure. But then the thing is now, okay, what do we do with that? Are we going to head in a certain way, or are we going to actually build upon the things that we are doing? And I even see in this room a couple of builders. Shout out to ENSpunks. We were collaborating on the new designs for ENS videos. What I want everybody to do, and I know this is coming from a little kid from the east. Let me just say the east side, but what I want everybody to do is kind of share out the community, not just share the space, but share what share what you believe this could become to everybody around you. Your friends, your family, your co-workers. If you do believe in this technology, and I'm a heavy believer in this, not just in Ethereum but in ENS itself. And that chart that Master shows out in the beginning, where it says out of 83 million addresses, guys, we are really freaking early. And I know that there's a lot of things going on in the macro right now that are in our way. So my advice to everybody that can build in any way they can, and building can be a couple of things. Building can be working on designs, creating content. Building can be just sharing. But if we really want this thing to succeed, I believe that we are going to have to own in on the things that we are capable of doing and work as a community to be able to bring that to the forefront. But yeah, that's just my take.
No, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean look, we are so early. It is about building, and look, we can get a little excited. We can look at where this thing could go, how big it could get. To put that in perspective, when I was in '93, when we started talking about the internet, I had a slide. Some guy had predicted that someday, the internet could have $1 billion transact over it. And I'll be honest with you, the reaction I got was half the room would get up and yell at us and call us liar, and that was $1 billion. Now, I don't know how long it takes for $1 billion to transact over the internet, But I imagine right now it's minutes or seconds every day, 24 hours a day. So, that's nothing. But at the time, it was so stupid it was really moon boy talk, right? But anyway, look, the bottom line is it took us decades to get there from the time I had that slide to where we are today. So yeah, it's definitely about building, and building can be, not only, you don't have to be a dev to build. You can be helping your friends. I saw some tweets, and over the weekend I helped some people get their ENSs that didn't have one, right? I tell everyone about it. One person at a time, right? One person at a time. We all want millions of people to come in, but if all of us onboard a couple of people a week, that gets there. So let's go down to Mama Matt.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to say to who was it? It seemed like I was debating with. I I I respect your opinion completely. You have that right. I'm just saying that everybody also has the right to dream. And even though it seems unrealistic and a little far fetched, of course it is. But how do you think we get where we are? We dream big, we get halfway there, we still dream big, and we get halfway closer. So that's how it goes for a lot of people. If we don't dream, then we're never going anywhere. Otherwise, why do we do the art we do? It's like a weird dream on paper or canvas or screen.
But look, y'all, I don't necessarily think this is dreaming, right? I don't think the questions we pose are dreaming in the sense of just a couple months ago, there are 3 digits available that you could mint. You could literally go and you could mint them on the ENS app. And within 3 months.
Could somebody explain that to me, please?
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there shortly.
Okay, cool.
But within 2 to 3 months, the floor ran up to what, 37 ETH is what it was sitting at just last week, right? So, and we're only at 0.05% of Ethereum users having an ENS domain. What happens when that number, like Master said, gets to 5%, 10%, 20% of people who own Ethereum addresses are using ENS, right? And we seen 37 ETH, man. Then I wouldn't be surprised to see 1,000 ETH in a couple years. So, like I said, it could be moon boyish, it could be whatever, who knows? But yeah, you could have went in a couple months ago and actually minted 4 digits and 3 digits on the ENS app if you had the liquidity to do so.
That would have been cool. Damn.
Yeah, go ahead, NFTverse.
Yeah, Kev.
Real quick, thank you.
Kev, just to kind of piggyback off of what you're saying and how quick that thing can turn around and right before your eyes. In touching on some of the numbers that Master talked about too, is that the big boys haven't really come out to play yet.
That's right.
I mean, you gotta understand the true ones. Ron knows about this with .com, right? The big boys haven't stepped on the scene to start accumulating. Once they start accumulating some of these digits and clean domains because they want it on their portfolio, period, as part of their financial, assets or whatever you want to call it, right?
Liquidity.
They're gonna scoop up a lot of these things in bulk. So I mean, that's just something to keep in mind. They haven't even come to the party yet.
They're sitting on the sidelines, but we'll keep.
I'm so sorry. I thought it was.
Well, you thought you was on mute, Mama?
I did. I really did. I had no idea I was talking to the phone and you could hear me.
You all good.
Hey, tension breaker.
But we'll go Bishara, and then I just added 134 to the stage. We'll go to him next.
Yeah, I just want to confirm NFT verse. We have, well, I personally know a lot of people with ridiculous liquidity that are just waiting, literally waiting for the right time. They're not waiting. They don't give a shit about floor price right now. They don't give a shit about all of that. They don't care about that. They just want to have the right steps, the right, guidance to get them. So literally all they want to do, they don't care about utility. They don't care about any of that. There's a certain collectors, okay, and there's some of them, they already been in they're previous art collectors, like real life art collectors. They're coming to this space with shit ton of money. All they want to do is literally collect. They don't care about utility. They don't care any of that. Like, this technology is cool and all of that, in general. But all they want to do is flex it, display it. Hey, I got this number. I got this digit from all different languages. It's not biased to any language in general. Man, 134. You can go ahead. Yeah, what's up?
Why did Belize leave the stage? Y'all scared him?
Because we weren't able to bring people up. I think he dropped down because we were full up. So I asked a few people to step down. So I think he just stepped down.
If you would like, I could move if you need the space.
Oh no, it's fine. You can only bring so many people up at a time. So I think that's why he dropped down, Kev.
Okay, yeah, Belize, you're my entertainment, bro. My bad, man. We'll keep it moving. 134, the stage is yours, bro.
Hey, everybody. See some familiar icons and profiles out there, some folks that I haven't spoken with before. But I'm just going to say a couple of things briefly. The first is, I think maybe the messaging style wasn't getting through that we were hearing from Belize, but I do think that there's a significant kernel of truth to what he's talking about. Anybody approaching this market and buying things before a lot of the accompanying technology or the user base is onboarded, it is risky, and it should be taken seriously. And when you go and buy something, it's the underlying thought process there is, I'm right and the market is wrong. The market is mispricing this asset, whatever it is. And I've kind of outsmarted the rest of the market to reach that conclusion. So it does take a certain amount of nerve to speculate, but that doesn't mean that certain speculations don't work out over like a long enough horizon. And I've placed my chips accumulating 3-digit and 4-digit ENS names. And I think he's right also in the sense that, walk before we run, in terms of, hey, there are other milestones that will kind of be stronger clues that maybe some of the other collections in ENS world will appreciate and value. And he just wants to see those milestones hit first before he really feels comfortable believing in it. I totally respect all of that. As to the user base, it's funny because I'm in alignment with what he's talking about in terms of, we aren't going to see higher prices until you get a larger body of users. But I'm actually extremely encouraged by what I'm seeing. And in ENS, this is one area where registrations and wallet growth are expanding in the low double digits per month, which is just incredible compounding growth. And when I look across PFP Twitter and even just the size of kind of the active crypto Twitter community, it's really an echo chamber of what I estimate to be 5,000 to 25,000 users, depending on how you kind of gauge who's a power user or who's really active. ENS seems to be the one area, because of its low entry cost, where you can buy a domain, maybe not an exclusive one, but it seems like the easiest point of onboarding, where you can get accustomed to owning digital property, identifying yourself as you transact on a public ledger, and also just socialize with people, also transacting. So, seeing that rate of growth, we are going to see, I'm not looking at 10 million users first, but we're going to see 5 million users relatively quickly. And then I would imagine if we go to 5 expediently, the jump to 10 is not going to take that much longer. So I think as long as people are kind of having intelligent conversations, every one of these spaces, there's going to be 5-10 new people that have not invested in an ENS domain. If it shows well to them, if they really get the rationale of what these are being used for, simple concepts like the combination of an identity asset as well as a utility asset, those things are going to just slowly bring new people on. They talk to other people, and this isn't like saying, hey, go invest $10,000 into a bag of crypto. This is saying, hey, spend $5 to go get your online Web3 ID. And the more that happens, the more this organically spreads. I think, those conversations about higher price ranges for key exclusive assets in this community become much more attainable. So that's all that I'll say. But I do think that an appropriate balance of realism and also just conviction in what you're holding, is what we're all trying to strike here.
Yeah, 134. I think you make great points, and the truth is, only time will tell where this thing goes. And kind of like you said, I think the biggest thing when we invest into things, right, we're kind of foreseeing the future. We're kind of trying to outsmart the rest of the population, and eventually, sell when the rest of the majority comes in. So that's ultimately the goal. But time will tell. We'll play it out. We'll see how it plays out. I do want to go over to Blaze. Blaze, you've been waiting patiently. The stage is yours, brother.
Thanks, man. How's everybody doing today? It's been quite a space so far. Just like you were saying, over the weekend, you made some decent purchases that you feel comfortable with. Like I did the same myself. I picked up a 5-digit palindrome. I picked up 2 3-letters. I picked up a pre-punk. But other things people were saying, it's the easiest to get into. It's one of the cheapest to get into. You can still get really good names on registry. I mean, was it over the weekend? I think I got loancoins.eth. I got petbed. Like there are some pretty decent two words that are going on, and 2 words have been hot. It's really about timing, like you guys were saying. We're here because we believe that everybody will be using crypto, not just the people that are already here. We're speculating that crypto and Bitcoin is going to be the global currency. So we're still ways off of that. And, to go off of what Belize was saying, well, we didn't do this yet, so why are we even thinking about that? Well, we didn't even get global adoption yet, so why do we even have any NFTs? Why do we have ENS domains? Why do we have any of this stuff if we haven't gotten the adoption for people here yet? I mean, you got to build it for people to come. It's Field of Dreams, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. And we are dreamers indeed. That's what we are. We're visionaries. We're dreamers. One person I do want to hear from is Master. Master has been waiting patiently in this game for the past 4 or 5 years, sitting on the sidelines and accumulating grail after grail after grail after grail. So, Master, what is your insight and your thoughts on the conversation and debates that we had during the space?
Yeah, I'm so glad there's a debate. Once there's a debate, means that the community contains more than one kind of attitude, which is healthy, right? If all people all believes that one direction, then something must be wrong. But my point is that my point is that I have been here 3-4 years, and if I did not have that big dream, I might drop up halfway in most cases. So rule number 1 is you need to dare to think on something, right? You need to break that ceiling. You need to get up to that, so that nobody knows the Bored Ape by last year when it was minted for less than 1 ETH, and nobody knows it can go to over 100 ETH, right? And same for the punks. So you need to dare to think about that, but try to be healthy. Don't all in kind of one kind of very high risky investment, because this is not like stock. You can cash it out anytime. This is not like bond or some of the debt that you can retrieve it back. The liquidity is not so good. I mentioned once that there's an investment theory of the impossible triangle, right? The the way of the liquidity, the profit, and the security. So you won't meet all these part all the time. So yes, there's a possibility that these digits can go to 100 ETH, and all those grail names, as I mentioned, all these ETH names I'm going to sell for no less than maybe 10 million US dollar for like coin or game. I'm shooting for something like that because we must have a dream and then we stick to the plan and keep convincing to yourself and asking yourself whether or not this is not possible. If we are comparing our domains to .com, then sooner or later, I believe this is in most cases because .com only works or serves for millions of the internet companies, but .eth is meant for 7 billion population in this planet. Everything is different. So yeah, we just keep this in mind. This is a game changer. In blockchain, we have 1 week and all the 3 and 4 digits are out. With this speed, everything is possible. But maybe, from a short period looking, some domain or some kind of a club, the 100 ETH is kind of overestimated. It could be possible, but never say never. As long as for domain, we don't want to sell to the floor. I always say there are 2 ways when you're going to cash your domain out. One is to sell to the floor. Second is to sell this name to which this digits or this name or this word means something to someone. For example, Richard.eth for some real rich Richard, right? You really want to sell to the second option instead of only selling it to the floor. So I believe everything is possible, especially the people, their expectation or need to the Web3 will be higher than before because the centralized government are kind of losing people's faith. So yeah, more rich people may be considering moving their asset over to the Web3. So this could be a trend, and why not, right? Yeah, that's all I'm going to share. Thanks.
So much wisdom, so much knowledge, so much gems. God, I want to go ahead and do a soft reset of the room. This is the ENS Morning Show. We do the show every Monday through Friday from about 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This show is an open community forum to talk all things ENS and the ENS community. So if you want to come up, you want to share your thoughts, you want to start a debate, you want to, counter somebody else's thoughts, you want to bring up a current event, whatever it is, this is your platform to do so. We don't neglect anybody and we don't shut down any ideas or opinions. We just have healthy conversations. So with that being said, I am bringing up my boy Novak to the stage, and I would love to hear from Novak. Novak, the stage is yours, bro.
Hey Novaks, welcome. Long time.
What's up, my friends? Hey.
Congrats, man.
Hey, thank you guys. Yeah, I was just in the transition. I always kind of like go silent for a minute, so I didn't hear if there was something specific that I'm to respond to. But yeah, we did have a baby, guys. Woo! Pretty cool, huh?
Congrats, bro. Boy or girl?
It's a boy, man. Number 3. The clan grows. Like 3 of us.
Nice.
4 boys in the house now. My wife is like, if we get a pet, it's gonna be a girl for sure.
The more the merrier, brother.
Yeah, thank you guys. The more the merrier, exactly. Little Koa is laying down like just a peaceful angel, and it was such a crazy experience to birth a child totally naturally at home, unassisted, unattended. I caught my son, basically got drenched in amniotic fluid. I was crouching underneath him. My wife was at 2 a.m. She's like, yo, come up here and stop buying ENS domains because I need you to get some rest because I'm having cramps and they're progressing. I was like, fuck, okay. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I went upstairs. I tried to lay down and sleep. Obviously, I can't sleep. And then she's like, all right, 2 hours. I fell asleep finally. 2 hours later at 4, she's like, all right, it's game time. I'm like, fuck, all right. So I got up. We go downstairs. She's laboring for 20 minutes. And then she goes over to the bathroom. She's sitting on the toilet for a minute. And she's like, yo, the baby's coming. I'm like, no. I'm sure that's not, it's too early, But dude, I was wrong. That baby was coming. So I went over to crouch down in front of her, and to pull her off the toilet. My mom's here helping us. She's here staying with us for a minute from Kauai, bringing that good island mana here. She's all leaning forward. My mom's helping her kind of lean forward off the toilet a little bit and stand up. So, and then I'm crouching down on the ground because I'm like, what the hell? Is the head really showing? And sure enough, dude, she just takes one push and whoop, Koa comes sliding out right into my arms, and I like catch him and get drenched in freaking amniotic fluid, like straight up. Like I had the water birth that she always wanted. Like we didn't have time to fill up the water birth tub, but don't worry, like I got soaked. It was crazy, and that's it, dude.
So
Yeah.
did you mint his nickname, his name?
Not yet. Actually, the first name I minted after that, I was over at the computer and I was like looking at names, like some precious names, and I was like, "Oh shit, ETH Food? Are you kidding me? ETH Food is available?" And I was like, my wife was like, "What are you doing over there?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just registering some domains." She's like, "Oh, are you getting his name?" I was like, "Oh shoot, I don't have enough ETH for that." So, it was in true degen status. I was like, nobody's gonna register my kid's first and middle name. Like I got time on that, but ETH Food, that shit's gonna get snapped up. Anyway, I'm just cracking up about that. So anyway, we got a new member of the family, and he's amazing. He's so healthy, and you always worry about that, especially when you have like a natural birth. You don't do any like intervention or any ultrasound or anything. Like we're just kind of praying for the best, and he's perfect, man. It's so cool. It's a real blessing.
Nah, yeah, man. We're excited to have you back, bro. I know that could be a handful dealing with birth and more importantly, a natural, bro. So blessings and love from the entire ENS community, from us to you, brother. We wish your baby boy so much joy, life, abundance, health, and wealth, man. So much love from us, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for listening to my birth story, guys. We had a great time. ENS baby, it's still available. Let's go. Get ENS baby. Give me the first subdomain.
Yeah, we'll go from there. So last Friday we had, just to give a little recap, we had the ENS happy hour last Friday. Guys, I need to see some of these faces in the happy hour, right? The happy hour is a space where we don't really talk much about ENS. We kind of just kick it with the community and we hang out, and we have all types of, if you drink wine, beer, whatever it is, come out on Friday night to the ENS happy hour. It's a little bit more personable than the ongoing rampage debates and that we're having here right now. So I'm inviting everybody out to that. And my man of the hour just popped back up on stage, man. I was looking for you. And I got bad news from Flossin this morning, y'all. Bad news from Flossin. Flossin said, he just got an in real life job, so he might be a little bit more busier than usual, which means to everybody who's listening in the audience, if you have technical analysis skills, if you think you could be a weather reporter, we have a job opening coming up for you. But with that being said, Flossin, man, can you give us an update on what the market is looking like before we call this one today?
First, I'm not even gonna go to the soundboard and just give you a nice little boo. Okay, that's already trying to fire my ass just like everyone else. Probably like this Web 2 company I'm on. They're probably already tired of me day one. But I'm just screw the music, man. Like I'm on one this morning, but weather report, not looking good. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm saying ENS summer is over. I'm already prepared for people to block my ass because I just
Get this man off the stage.
Yep, I keep it 10 toes down. Novaks, I told you, you're not welcome on stage unless you're in the 100K account or the 24-hour account. Okay, pump my damn bag.
Did you mean 10K? Are you discriminating against my digit?
Or hey, are you the one behind the emoji digits too? How about you start using that account as well up here? Thank you, sir.
This isn't a safe space. This isn't a safe space anymore.
But all seriousness, though, the market is not looking good. Traditional equity markets are down as well across the board. Dow's down 120 points with the NASDAQ down over 220 points. I still think we're going triple-digit ETH. That's just my personal opinion. No one take my financial advice. That is, please don't take my financial advice. But looking over to let's say the 999 club, the floor is very thin to 30 ETH. There's, I think, 2 digits left until we're back at a 30 ETH over there at the 999 club. 10K club, it's just range bound. We're almost at a 1.6 floor again over there, as well as the Arabic 999 club. That floor is it's starting to rebound. Just had a couple of lists, so we're back to a 2.6 for ETH floor. And then the Arabic 10K club, we're just staying steady at around about that 0.055 floor. And just to give a little quick update on the volume for those, 999 club, the 24-hour volume is 27.5 ETH. The 10K club 24-hour volume is 42 ETH. And the 999 Arabic club is miserable 6 ETH trading volume in the last 24 hours, as well as the 999 Arabic Club is a 5.5 24-hour trading volume. I will say there's been a couple of good little highlights I can say this morning that I've seen that kind of caught my eye. We had Man.eth has a new bid of 23 ETH. George.eth sold for 9 ETH. And 411 earlier this morning sold for 16 ETH. And Kev, I really do hope I come tomorrow and still have a job with you, because for Christ's sakes, I can't hold an IRL job for a reason. I wonder why.
Hey, yeah. Just curious question, bro. What's the what's your price predictions on ETH in the short term? And by the way, before you answer that question, this is not financial advice. We're just two people having a conversation on stage, and you happen to be listening. But Flossin, yeah, what is your price prediction on ETH in the short term?
So short to midterm, I'll just keep it frank. I'm kind of like Ron and our boy Belize. We have a lot of macro headwinds still coming. The real estate market, like I've been telling Belize, I believe what he's saying is true. But the world, as we saw in 2008, it takes a little bit longer to play out. We saw Michael Burry had to go back to investors and get more liquid to keep his short positions because he's a little too early. So with that being said, with a lot of more, I would say, liquidations we're going to see across the board with traditional equity markets, crypto, and real estate. I really see us going back down to about that. Let me pull up my Fibonacci real quick. Hold with me.
Shut up! He's trying to pretend like he's doing advanced mathematics.
Don't make me make a post and show you I can actually do this Fibonacci retracement levels.
It's gonna be a picture of him with an abacus.
Anyway,
the children's abacus.
You're supposed to have the Fibonacci retracement.
Yep,
done
the
before
retracement
the
level. So everyone knows the golden level is a 161.8. That 161.8 level is $498.60 to be exact. I'm calling my shot. I say we get to the $500 level.
Bro, that's the ETH 999 club over here. He just started the ETH 999 club.
All right, thank you very much.
I gotta hit y'all with this. Because I don't give a damn about the haters coming at me. I'm going to say what I think is true because I want all my people to eat. So just be prepared for that level.
Be prepared. Financial. Yeah, not financial advice, but quote unquote.
Yeah, you said it for me. Not financial advice.
Be prepared for $500 ETH. I don't know, man. It sounds kind of absurd, but we'll see where the market goes. ENSpunks, the stage is yours.
GM, I'm a little worried next Friday during happy hour some more people are going to come in looking for Flossin after that financial advice he gave out. But, yeah, man, hearing everybody talk about bear markets and building, and let me put it to everybody like this. I got some ideas running through my mind, believe it or not. There was a rocket ship built. This rocket ship was built by a man named Nick.eth. And that beautiful rocket ship was sitting there during the bull market. But there were all these 3 digits, all these 4 digits. Nobody gave a shit about it. You know what I'm saying? It was not until the community got together, and it was during a bear market, that everybody minted these digits out. So you see what I'm saying? The rocket ship is necessary, but it is the community that is the heart and soul. These are builders. Make no mistake about it. You know, Kev, Ron, Master, everybody hosting these spaces, they are building the community. And that is the reason there's a line of people waiting to get on this rocket ship. Now, to the point Web3 Intern was making, now that there is a line of people waiting to get on this rocket ship, there are builders just coming out en masse, and they are building the seats. And you've got more builders. You know, again, it's not just community building now that we got the line of people. You know, you got to give those people some drinks as they're waiting in line. We got our man, the NFTverse, with that happy hour, feeding people drinks, keeping the party going as we're waiting for those seats to get built. And that's not enough. You know, we need some good artwork. My man, the NFTverse, is putting out those ENS cats. So everything is being done. Bull market, bullshit. Bear market, it does not matter. It's the heart and soul. And it just doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing, what the market's doing. Yes, it affects us all. But kind of like Bull Ron was saying, right? he got some ENS names and he onboarded some people this weekend. That's getting more people in that line. It's like, look, our bags are all packed. Yeah, get more for yourself, whatever. But onboard some people. You bring on one more person. That person's going to bring on two more people. And that is just, it's exponential growth. And there is enough room on the rocket for everybody. The rocket's built. It's been built. We're just building the seats now. We're serving drinks. We're having a good time. So keep everything in perspective. That's kind of all I'm going to work with today. So I'll leave it at that. GM everybody, and keep building the community.
Bull market, bullshit. Bear market, bear shit.
Yeah. Thank you, ENS Punks. The rocket ship is primed and ready for takeoff. So I'll see you guys on the moon. We'll go ahead and pass it over to Queens. Queens, I can't pronounce the first one correctly, so I'm not gonna say it, but go ahead.
It's Hijabi Queens,
okay,
bro.
There we go.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Yourself?
First of all, thank you for hosting this space, Kev. I appreciate that. I tend to scroll through Twitter and go into Twitter spaces just to really build relationships with people who take the time to create these spaces and build community. So I truly value relationships. I always say that your network is your net worth. And so first of all, thank you for having me here. And I see a lot of people from our community actually in here. I actually followed everybody on the panel, and looking to obviously build those relationships with you guys. So I am no expert in ENS, but I did spend about maybe 4 hours trying to buy ENS domains, like literally last month. Dude, I spent so much time and everything is taken. Like almost every single domain is taken. But I did stumble upon I believe a decent one. And I want to hear your perspectives because like I said, I'm not a professional in this domain at all. Is this really a good domain or not? I got depositcash.eth. Okay, that's the one that I got. And I got an offer of 0.2 Ethereum on it. I don't even know. Should I take that? Should I hold it? What's your perspective on that?
Man, I guess I'll take that one. I think one, I don't think anybody here could tell you whether to take that money or hold it, right? I think the only piece of advice I could give you is if you need the liquidity, you think you could take that and do some other things with it, take it, right? If you feel like you deserve more for that domain, then hold it. But I think ultimately you have to make that decision. I think it is a pretty cool name. I think it's a good name. And but yeah, I think you have to you have to make that decision, bro. And the TVerse, I know you want to respond to that as well, bro.
Yeah, it's certain things you have to pay attention to, right? Like everybody being quiet when you ask that type of question, right? When you get crickets like that, that means that nobody's in here to give you any financial advice on whether or not you should liquidate that domain, in order to get those funds. Right? Exactly. So that's totally up to you. Everybody's situation is different. If you feel good about where the offer that you're getting, then of course that's up to you. If you feel like maybe it's a more of a long-term hold for you because of the name, and you feel good about that name having a future in Web3 as a domain, then that's totally up to you. So I think that's kind of the way we run these spaces, based on not giving that type of financial advice. So it's totally up to you at this
Yeah, I
point.
was definitely thinking along those lines, definitely holding it. I do believe that these ENS domains are the next .com, are the next, are the next big thing, just as you guys were saying it in this space as well. So I'm going to hold on to, the 0.2 Ethereum is nothing, obviously. We're trying to get those 32 ETH offers like this 999 one here I see at the top. But yeah, man, honestly, a great space, a lot of alpha in here, and I'm just, grateful to be here.
Why don't you counter the offer?
I could do that. That's a very good point. Counter it to what, 99 ETH?
Well, I like 69, so maybe 69.
So Elon Musk just got another bid for 69 ETH.
Yeah, man. Brandley holding the Elon Musk one still, right? Awesome. It's a great. So, Kev, about the question that we just got. Every single day, at least I get 5 to 10 DMs asking me. They throw me a full list of domains and asking me about not my opinion, but what price or what listing price should they sell it at or list it at every single day. And I'm going to take the opportunity here with the 140 people in this space and tell it once and for all, I am not a financial advisor. I am actually very bad at pricing. I underestimate, I overestimate every single time. So I paper handed a lot of grails in the past. So do not send me these questions because honestly I don't know how to answer them. So if it's 3-4 digit or there's something like a collection related, you can go to ENS Vision and base your price off of that. But anything else is very hard, very hard. It's very subjective. Like every person view it differently. Every buyer, every seller. So I can't tell you 10 ETH, 100 ETH, 20 ETH. I don't know. But I guess that's the answer for everybody in this space as well. It's not that we don't try to help you. We can't. We can't. Because what if we tell you to sell it at 10 and like a year from now, you see the new buyer sell that same ENS domain for 10 times that price. Exactly. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
I think we're too early to be expecting good sales. I mean, unless you want to like buy 4 digits and play the floor or whatever. I personally own like 800 and I've sold 1. So I don't even get any decent offers. I mean, I think you need to, if you want to get your value, I mean, do what you want. There's people that have flipped them and take whatever. I mean, I would take cheaper price now than I will a few years from now on mine, but I'm not really in the mindset of selling. I think we need a year or two before this really starts. Like I bought a bunch of meme ones and I always try and think, who are 2 or 3 different groups that would buy my domains when I buy them. I try and visualize who that buyer is. But I really don't. I think it's so early. There's so few people in the space and you can still mint stuff. But having said that, you might find the right person who wants what you have. And we've seen that. But personally, I'm not even thinking about selling for a few years. If I do, great. But I think if you think you're going to sell me, you're going to get good offers. I think you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, let's go over to Magnum.
Hey guys, long time no see. I've been away a little bit. I wanted to comment on that. I feel like this is, Web 2 on steroids. So, down the line, 5 years down the line, especially because anyone can bid on names, numbers obviously will be scarce and it will be prime real estate. So, who knows where the limit is. If we take it from Web 2, you can see what Domain King sold his numbers for, 7 figures. It's Domain King, but still, he managed to get that kind of money from numbers. So yeah, definitely. Obviously, I'm expecting my prime real estate Magnum to go for a couple mil as well. Hopefully in the future, who knows? But I just wanted to touch on the hack that happened today. It would be nice for us to talk a little bit more about security, do some type of workshops and things like that. Me and Zanny are thinking about doing a spaces where we touch on good practices and things like that. So it would be nice to have that type of conversation going forward.
Please do that, bro. That would be so helpful. We love those. I need that. We all need that.
Definitely. Hey, we'll go to 184 and then we'll end it with Flossin.
GM, everyone.
I just want to talk about the depositcash.eth and maybe bring some logic and some thought process to this. So one of the things I would say to the seller is, if you got in the game, what I'd say to the seller is, I think when we look at valuations of our things, we need to say, what is our intentionality? If you came in this to have a name for yourself, that's one thing. There's no value there. It's your value. But intentionality is if you came here to flip it, you have an offer today, a liquid offer that is essentially $200 or 0.2 ETH. And whatever you're waiting out for, whatever you're speculating it might be, maybe it goes up dramatically, and what you're looking for is for $500, and maybe 0.2 today is what you actually want. Maybe that ends up being the liquid offer that if you take it today, it's liquid, it's there, it's for you. I think a lot of us are having this pie in the sky pricing on what are not grail names, and I think the person that owns Deposit.eth, you minted something that you registered something that has an offer very quickly, and I would not listen to all the hype of it's going to make big bucks in the future, because you just came in, and I'm not sure you had intentionality to begin with. I'm not ragging on you here. I'm just saying you're a new entrant. So consider that you have an offer that is 0.2 ETH. You have a $200 offer. You can value it any way you like, but there are no guarantees here. And I think you've done really well to probably get a 10x in a short amount of time. That's great. And I'd love to see what you can do with the 0.2 ETH offer. Or if you're happy sitting in it, who knows where ETH goes. Thanks.
Great points, bro. Flossin, you're the anchor leg. Take us home.
All right, I'll make it short and sweet. Me and NFTverse, we're homies. We've been cooking up something spicy, so be on the lookout from NFTverse later in the week. He's gonna make a tweet about something, so stay tuned.
Nice. NFTverse, do you want to add on to that, bro? Probably stepped away. Ron and Master, any final thoughts before we call this one a day?
Yeah, look, bottom line is good, healthy discussion today. Probably spent a little more time than we needed to on it. But bottom line is this is a grassroots thing. There's no real influencers here. We're all kind of early. We're kind of doing this ourselves. That's why I like it. There's more, and I'll echo what NFTverse, utility is king. That's what differentiates us between all of the other NFTs and stuff at this point. This really has utility. Good, healthy discussion. And yeah, like I say, it's about finding that balance between dreaming and reality, and never want to FOMO, never want to be dumb. Just always want to think it through, play the long game. This is a long game, whether we like it or not. Great advice 184 just gave, maybe you 10x your money, and you could register 20 more. Let's see about 10 more. You could mint 10 more for 3 years if the gas was right. So maybe that's your play. I mean, I may have something that I think is worth 100 ETH. Someone offers me 1 ETH today. I might save. I might sell that just because I have a lot of others. So yeah, it's how you play the game. But definitely don't FOMO. Have a long-term vision. Find that balance between dreaming and reality, and be ready to play the long game. And we're all sitting here out on our boards, out on our surfboards, waiting for that tidal wave to come in. We can ride these little beach breaks in and practice and whatever, but when that tidal wave hits, we want to make sure we're in the water. We're rested up. We got a good board, and we're ready to ride that tidal wave, because that's a once in a lifetime deal. And so that's my thoughts.
Great thoughts indeed, guys. I'm gonna call this one a day. We're going a little bit overtime here. So listen, I'm inviting everybody back again out to the morning show tomorrow. We're starting at 11 a.m. Come back in if you want to come on stage, but we are going over time here. I got a couple of things to get done today. So with that being said, y'all, 0031 is out.